Hi all. Again, sorry for my cold. Welcome to this episode of Tay Time Theorizes. We are going to theorize about Jack on This Is Us. Jack on This Is Us. Sorry. Jack on This Is Us and his death. We all know he's already dead in the show. Whatever. However, BuzzFeed released like a bunch of people's thoughts and theories, and I was going to do a theory video anyway on my thoughts, but I think this is better if I just think about which theories are more plausible, and I already have one that I think is the most out there, one that I think is going to happen. So, let's begin! I don't know why I smiled there. I love the character of Jack. This is going to be depressing. Sorry, guys. Okay, so, let me back you all up there. Take off my glasses so you don't get a reflection. I can see, don't worry. So, BuzzFeed released a 21 theories about Jack on This Is Us thing, and I guess they polled the BuzzFeed community about their thoughts on Jack's death. So the first section is the car crash theories. So number one is, I think, some sort of accident, but I also think Kate was there, which makes me believe it was a car crash. She survived and he didn't. She feels tremendous guilt over it and can't forgive herself for surviving. Okay. That's actually kind of plausible. I think the stress of work and the unhappiness he felt in his job caused him to revert back to his drinking habits, and he drove home drunk. I don't think it was a fluke that he had a blip of a drinking habit, and in that blip they showed a scene where he arrives at home seemingly drunk. That seems to be another plausible one out there. Horrific car crash where for some reason he was in the car with Miguel's wife and kids. That one makes no sense to me. There's another one involving Miguel's wife and kids that makes more sense to me. That doesn't make more sense to me. Jack and Rebecca take Kate to college. On the way home, they crash, killing Jack and severely injuring Rebecca. Rebecca then needs help, and Miguel volunteers to take care of his best friend's wife. That's how Rebecca and Miguel get together, and also explains why Kate has a really hard time dealing with her father's death. And the person even wrote, the only hole in my story is the flashback scene at Jack's funeral. Rebecca looks physically fine. Maybe she needs emotional support, especially since the big three are away at college, so Miguel offers her a shoulder to cry on. I'm just gonna jump in on this one. Apparently on Instagram, I did not see this one, or on Snapchat or something, Mandy posted something with Milo, and Milo plays Jack, and she was like, "You can't say that!" And apparently it involved a car. I don't know. So I'm a little up in the air about that one. And car accident, Mandy Moore's, oh, here's the one that was about the, never mind, I should have just kept reading. Mandy Moore's Instagram story was filled with, her story was filled with spoilers. They were filming the last episode, and one video Milo says, "Ow, that hurt," and Mandy quickly then says, "You can't say that." There's also tons of video of them filming at night in a car with Mandy driving. So Rebecca could have very well been driving. Of those, personally, 1, 2, and 5 are the most plausible, which are Kate was in the car, he drove drunk, and Rebecca was the one driving, so she feels guilt. That's just me. So we'll move on to the next set. So the next set is the plane crash theories. Now, I was originally going to make a Tay Time Theorizes video about why I didn't think it was him dying in 9/11, and somebody actually backs this up. So we're gonna get into this. Number 6, Kate gets spooked on planes, and Kevin destroyed his model planes. That's okay. Fine, whatever. Excuse me. Here's the one that backs it up. A lot of people are suggesting maybe Jack died in 9/11. Given the timing, I don't see this as a possibility. Ding, 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 ding. But I could see maybe another plane crash. Now, I did not know about this. In 1994, there was a big plane crash in Aliquippa? I'm going to say Aliquippa. U.S. Air Flight 427 that was supposed to land at Pittsburgh International. Everyone on board died. It's already well documented that Kate is terrified of planes, and Kevin threw out all the model planes that him and Jack made together following his death. Also, the fact Jack was cremated could be the result of the crash and condition his body was found in. That is a very plausible one. And that's probably my honorable mention one as well. So now we're going to move on to the next set of theories. So the next set is the illness theory. Liver disease because of his days as an alcoholic. He died from lung cancer, from inhaling sawdust, asbestos, etc. from his construction sites. Not bad. Kate mentions in the episode with his urn that he got sick. If it was cancer, Randall would mention both of his fathers died of cancer. I can't imagine we're never going to hear about the drinking again, so I think it has something to do with that. Seems like Jack is losing his memory. He forgot to kiss Rebecca, forgot to tell her about the deal he was closing, he forgot Kevin's football number, and he forgot they didn't eat dinner. That's a weird one. I don't like that one. As much as I hope this is not the case, I'm wondering if it's a possibility that he committed suicide. Because of the scene where Randall is talking that man out of committing suicide in the Christmas episode, I read a lot of people didn't really understand the point of having that scene, especially it being drawn out so long. To show that Randall was a decent human being, maybe? Back to this. It could have been a way of foreshadowing what happened to Jack. Also, when Randall was talking to the guy on the roof, he told him that his little girl could forgive him for having an affair, but it would be a lot harder for her to forgive him for committing suicide. Also, yeah, almost as if he was speaking from experience. Also, Kevin has said many times he was angry when his dad died, and he destroyed the planes he built with his dad. If his dad committed suicide, it would explain the anger Kevin felt. I'm going to add on something to this. Last night's episode, when Kate asked Toby about suicide, this one is very plausible. It's also in my honorable mentions because I think there was something else to do with it. So, but that is extremely plausible. Very plausible. Okay, so the last set... Oh, never mind. Haha. The next set of theories is the fire series. I don't know if some people have house, some people have this. I don't know. So, the first one is there's a fire at their house. It might be because Kate was baking something and it caught fire. Nice way to blame Kate. And Jack dies saving Kate. That's why she has the urn, seems most affected by Jack's death, and also kind of distant with Rebecca. She could be distant with Rebecca for other reasons. They've been showing her that whole weight thing with her, and also she's Daddy's little girl. Look at all the stuff that Jack has been doing to help her self-esteem. It's not just that, trust me. Not that Rebecca would directly blame her, but maybe Kate was feeling guilty and she distanced herself from Rebecca and Randall and got closer with Kevin. Possible. That part. The last part. I think Jack died trying to save Miguel's family from a fire. From what I recall, Miguel had a wife and kids too, but hasn't mentioned them even once in the present time storyline. That's actually not a bad point. I think if Jack died along with Miguel's whole family, it would make sense why Miguel and Rebecca got so close afterwards, and maybe that's why they stayed together. It would also make us feel more bad for Miguel. 14 and 15, that was 14, I'm going to read you 15, are my winners. Because I've always said it involved Miguel somehow. And 15 makes a lot of sense. I think Jack will die in a fire that they're in their house, and the firefighter that took Randall to the hospital will try and save him. This is us writers. I actually want you to do that because I think that would be not only plot-wise, speaking as an actor, that would be perfect. As a human, I would want to see that scene to see how it plays out. And that would be something that I wouldn't mind crying through, if you know what I mean. It seems to be fitting since everything is so intertwined in the show and Jack was also cremated. To take it even further, could the fire start with the washer or dryer? There seems to be a lot of focus around the washer and dryer. 16. I don't think we've seen any evidence of their childhood home still being around, so I'm thinking it's going to catch fire. Okay, just before we start this next one, that home was in Pennsylvania somewhere. Sorry, I have something in my eye. That home was in Pennsylvania somewhere. Where they live now is northern New Jersey. And I'm guessing they lived halfway between Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. But closer to Pittsburgh. So, just think about that, guys. Anyway, I'm going to continue. So, Jack will die in the process of saving one or more of the kids, and then the firefighter will be there to pull out the fire and maybe recover the body. Pretty damn morbid theory, but it's the best I've got. And now we come up to the last. So, the last set... Sorry, cold, is the accident theories. 17, I think it's going to be something completely unimaginable. I think it will be something very sudden. Maybe he witnessed domestic abuse and the man turned his anger towards Jack and the violence proved to be fatal. Maybe he was in the middle of a store being held up at gunpoint. That would bring that store back into place. And in the midst of trying to defuse the situation, he took a bullet. 18, I think he was murdered and had to do something with his dad. Plausible. I believe he dies from a simple but dramatic accident from working on the family home or while on the job, possibly falling off the roof. I have this feeling mostly from the episode where Randall goes on his trip and he speaks to his dad while Jack works on the cabin. Not a bad connection. I like that one for the connection. 20, I feel like he's going to die while helping someone else. He's the kind of guy that would try to help someone being robbed and then get shot for his efforts. Perhaps his genuine selflessness and kind of heart, this is the last one, perhaps his genuine selflessness and kind heart gets him into a bad situation that ultimately ends up taking his life, making his greatest strength also his fatal flaw. Wow. These are a lot of good theories. I'm going to start with my 2 honorable mentions and then work my way up to my favorite, well, not my favorite one, but the one that I think is absolutely going to happen. Okay. So, my first honorable mention one, as I believe I said, was the one that Rebecca's driving the car and she's the one that caused it or something like that. I don't know. Something happened involving the car. The second honorable mention is the one with the Aliquippa crash. Makes sense. And the last 2 that I like are a combination of 14 and 15. Somehow, Miguel's family was involved in this fire that was started by the dryer, and the firefighter tried to save Jack. Those are my most, that's the one I'm going with right now. Let me know if you have any thoughts. Comment section, be nice to one another. Other than that, please like and subscribe. Thanks, guys.